reliable 5G in St. Louis.
He has the sign he wants. Takes a look to first where Contreras plays behind the runner. The pitch and a high fly ball hits a deep right field. That is back at the wall, and it's caught by Nootbaar for a Redbird winner. A long loud out number 3 ends the game. This ball game has come to an end on the fly out by Fernando Tatis Jr. The Cardinals have evened the series and the season series with the Padres. The final in this one, 8-5.
It is the Extra Innings Show. Welcome in. It's presented by Graybar. Graybar, your distributor for electrical and datacom needs. Cardinals win this one tonight, 8-5. I'm Joe Pott. Glad to have you along if you're still with us at this, I guess it's technically early hour of Sunday morning. You can give us a call if you'd like, 314-436-7900. And also jump on the socials, as some people have already done. We're on X, we're on Facebook, we're on, what did I miss? YouTube, and you can see us right there. A couple of comments right off the bat. Actually, I've got a couple in the same vein. First one, so sad, says Marmol is silly for using Romero like that. Romero ain't built to get 3 outs with just a 1 or 2 run lead. But he didn't have a 1 or 2 run lead, so it was all right because he came in the 8th. You use him, you keep him on in the 9th. By that point, you've got a 4-run advantage. As Great Baseball says, thank God the offense scored 2 more runs. But that's a good thing. And they kept Romero in there, and now you've got others to use tomorrow if you get yourself in a tighter save-type situation. Romero did just fine tonight. I have no problem with Marmol having him in there. He came in the 8th, and you're able to leave him in there for the 9th. You've got other guys that can be used tomorrow in a tighter save situation. So that's all right by me. The good thing is the offense did come to play tonight. That was seriously lacking over the last 3 games. Clearly, they get shut out twice against the Marlins. You only get the run last night. So to see this team kind of pick itself up and string together some offense, double-digit hits, get some runs, you get a couple of big swings, win. Pages, of course, that was certainly nice to see. And especially after you're down 4-0, because it literally just felt like, okay, fine, here we go again. And this one's going to be another 5-0, 6-1, 7-1, whatever the final was going to be. That's what it felt like. Now, part of that also, the credit goes to Michael McGreevy. As I said in the network side of the postgame show, really nice to see McGreevy bounce back after, I don't know if it's a rough 3 innings. I think you can call it a rough 3 innings. Give up 4 runs on 6 hits in 3 innings. Things aren't going your way, but he really settled in, went through that lineup 2 more times, almost 2 complete more times through that lineup over the next 3 innings, gave up just a single hit and struck out 3. So really nice to see that from Michael McGreevy. And this is what you want, right? This is what we were told that was going to be the case when he had the opportunity to make some starts and ultimately then go through what a starter goes through at the big league level. The debrief after a start, the days between starts, the getting ready, the adjustments. And in this case, you adjust to the same team. So you're literally trying to adjust to what they've just done to you. So good to see that. And I think everybody expected or expects this to be the norm from Michael McGreevy. I mean, we saw it in a very short dose at the end of last year, the 5 or 6 starts that he made at the big league level down the stretch. And that's, I think, what they expect to see now is this is a guy that they feel like is going to be that kind of starter. I mean, that's why he's here. That's why Marmol was pushing to have him in the rotation as he is and as he has it now. Sam Foreman, finally, the offense showed up. So Sad is back with us. I guess we got the win. Happy for McGreevy. That's correct. And McGreevy gets his second wind of confidence. And that is the truth. And that's big. That is a maturity thing right there. And I don't know if you heard what John Rooney and Rick Horton were kind of talking about with it being, and maybe it was the manager's chat. They were talking about, I think it was the manager's chat when Mike Claiborne was talking with Oliver Marmol before the game, talking about the atmosphere in San Diego. That place is packed. It's full. Let's be honest. You're not pitching in that atmosphere in St. Louis this year. You're just not. And so to go out there and do that in San Diego against that lineup and with that kind of crowd, that's a huge confidence boost for Michael McGreevy, and that's a big experience builder for Michael McGreevy. We'll take a break here. If you want to get in, 314-436-7900. Keep dropping the comments on all the socials, and we'll talk about that. Otherwise, we'll wrap things up if nobody is going to call or talk to us, and I certainly understand it because probably most of you are off in dreamland at this point in time. But Cardinals win it tonight, 8-5. We're still going to talk about it. So we'll have another segment to come of the Extra Innings Show. We're coming right back on KMOX.
You know Gray Bar for electrical parts, but there's one more thing you may not be thinking of us for that can help maximize your next project's total value. Our pre-project planning services are designed to help you win the bid, save on labor costs, and keep your installers productive across your entire build. The sooner you call us, the better. Because when we're there from the beginning, we can anticipate your needs and help you solve problems before they become problems. Yep, Gray Bar does that.
There's a big red barn where you save green. Norm's Bargain Barn. On discount windows, doors, and things. Norm's Bargain Barn.
Hi, I'm Norm Wilkie. Come see my new selection of Amish cabinetry made by my good Amish friends at Countrywood Products. We now stock 5 styles of cabinetry for you to choose from.
When you need to save on discount windows, doors, and cabinetry, come to Norm's Bargain Barn. With locations in Shiloh and Fenton at the bottom of Gravois Bluffs. Visit normsbargainbarn.com.
That's normsbargainbarn.com.
In sitcoms, when someone has a problem, they just blurt it out and move on.
Well, I lost my job and my parakeet is missing. How was your day?
But the real world is different. Managing life's challenges can be overwhelming. So, what do? We get support. The Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council have mental health resources available for you at loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. See how much further you can go when you take care of your mental health.
At Sandberg Phoenix, we are more than just a law firm. Our attorneys are committed to you, your business, and your community. From startups to established businesses to estate plans, we are ready to serve you in the areas of business litigation, intellectual property, health law, and products liability. With offices in Missouri and Illinois, you can conveniently visit us today at sandbergphoenix.com. That's sandbergphoenix.com. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertising.
Now, back to the Verizon Extra Innings Show.
1-2 the count. Outfield is deep. The pitch to Pajes is hit deep to left field. That ball is gone. Way out of here. A monster home run by Pedro Pajes has just tied this game at 4.
Well, it did indeed, but that's not all from the Redbirds. 1 inning later, they had the bases loaded for Mason Wynn.
Matsui's pitch is swung on, and that is looped into short center field, and it gets away from the center fielder, Merrill. A wide turn at first, and back into the bag at first goes Victor Scott II.
Well, that was one hit. How about this one?
The 1-0 pitch for Mason Wynn. A swing and a ball hit down the left field line, and it is a fair ball. It goes to the wall. Herrera scores. Burleson is trying to score. The relay to the plate. The slide safe as the ball got away from Fermin. The Cardinals have a lead of 6-4.
That's the one I wanted to welcome you back in on the Extra Innings Show with. The Extra Innings Show is presented by Gray Bar. Gray Bar, your distributor for electrical and datacom needs. It's 12:45 in the morning. You got to give me some slack right there. Point is, some big hits from the Redbirds tonight. I think that was certainly key. And our commenter, So Sad, agrees that Pajes needs to start hitting like that more. I think that Pajes is what he is, and he's good for some clutch hits. I mean, obviously, he's in for his defense. Pedro Pajes is in there for what he does with the pitching staff, what he does defensively. I think that his hitting is going to improve, and I think, more consistency will come with that. We've already seen that in the last couple of years. I would love it if, he was to become an offensive threat. I don't know if that's realistic. In fact, I don't think it's realistic. So I think what you get from Pajes is what you see is what you get from Pedro Pajes. And, that's why they are kind of making this switch. Even early in the year, you saw him start taking more reps behind the plate. You saw Ivan Herrera spending more time as a DH. Now we know we're going to see Very little, if any, of Ivan Herrera behind the plate. He's going to be a DH. He's going to be some outfield play. You've got Pozo to take those innings behind the plate as well. So those are I think that's what you're going to see from your catchers. And so it is what it is. But he crushed that ball. He smoked it. Sam Foreman says we need to take advantage of a so-so Dylan Cease later today. That's the absolute truth. They need to take the chance, to take those chances when they get it, and take the chance against a pitcher that is severely struggling this year. His ERA is almost 5, and he's 3-10 this year. And I think that is 100% correct. Go out there. You have a chance at a series win against a good team and against a team you can beat. You've beaten him 3 times this year, twice at home, and now you've beaten him once in San Diego. Yeah, go get that series win and move on to LA. Which reminds me to tell you what's on deck. It's brought to you by Chesterfield Fence and Deck. The sign you have the very best, chesterfieldfence.com. Immediately, what is on deck is a game that comes up here in about, 15 hours or so. Maybe not, it's almost 14 hours, actually. 3:10, first pitch later today here on KMOX 215 with our pregame show. The aforementioned Dylan Cease will make the start for the Padres, 3-10 this year. Andre Palante for the Redbirds, he's 6-7 with a 4.6 ERA. Hey, so sad, big fan. He says, I'm doing good. I appreciate him staying up with us tonight. So thank you so much, and thanks for all of our commenters for hanging around with us here on this late evening as the Redbirds win it tonight, 8-5 over the Padres. We'll talk to you a little bit later in the day, 3:10 with that first pitch. And, of course, we'll have you covered on sports on a Sunday morning with Tom Ackerman coming up in just a few hours. Big thanks to John Rooney, Rick Horton, Mike Claiborne, and Ryan Schulte in San Diego. Daniel Hinkamp's right over there on the other side of the board. He's keeping us in line and on time all evening long. Big appreciation there. I'm Joe Pott. I'll talk to you later on for the pregame show. Keep it here on your home of the Cardinals, 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Year-old enlist, so Johnny concocted a plan. He told his brother Lewis and sister Lizzie that he was skipping church